Andy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another tick, 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 tick episode of the Hate Napkin. This is season 1, episode 70. I'm just really grumpy. I'm going to talk about all these products. Just don't work the way they're supposed to. Hey, everybody. Welcome to season 1, episode 70. I guess we've cleared the passionate woos of episode 69, and now we're in the smoke a cigarette afterwards phase, episode 70. Cool as cucumbers on our Camel Cool cigarette. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, I'm your co-host, Arik, stuck here in the armpit of the devil asshole, South Carolina. Just a titch better than the Pacific garbage patch. Our special guest, Carla, in Burnt Korn, Alabama, where things are so bad down there in Alabama, even all of the color has been sucked out.
I'm okay.
Actually, I kind of, how can we do that? I want to do that. That would require pushing buttons and things like that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. So we have a film noir version of Carla today. How does it feel to be black and white, Carla?
Don't get all racist on me. Just move along.
Okay, we're also joined by sound engineer Pauly from Bali, joining us from somewhere in Southeast Asia. Where are we today, Pauly?
In Southeast Asia.
Excellent. Thank you for that amazing color commentary, no pun intended. Pauly, since we totally ignored you last episode, why don't we lead off with you? What's something that you hate?
Last episode? I thought it was all episodes, but okay.
Including last episode.
Here's the deal. I just recently went home to visit my 89-year-old father. Okay? And my mother, when she was alive, God rest her soul, this happens many of times. So my brother plays a movie to watch, and it's I guess it's the latest Ben Affleck, Matt Damon movie, whatever. But he's not screening this for the elderly folks. So it starts with an anal rape scene. There's an anal rape scene, okay? Graphic anal rape scene. So what I'm putting on the hate napkin,
sure this is Matt Damon?
Before I get into it, I want to clarify what goes on the hate napkin first. And it's not anal rape scenes. It's graphic sexual content in movies. There is even 10, 15 years ago, even 10 years ago, it was not this graphic. You left some to the imagination. Maybe they had a little wedding and then they go into the bedroom and then end scene, and you know what went on in your head. You don't have to see the ass spanking, like, give it to me harder, baby. And it's all too much, leaving nothing to the imagination.
Squeal like a pig.
And it does nothing it does not progress the story. Like it doesn't, it's out of place in the movie almost. You're like, why is this porn clip in the middle of this well-crafted period piece movie? It's a period piece movie. Like that should be the safe zone for 89. If anything is a safe zone for an 89-year-old father, would be a period piece movie. Oh yeah, but do a period. Oh, anal rape. Oh yeah, they'll do it the way they used to do it.
Maybe they've interpreted period totally wrong.
So it's just totally over the top. And this needs to stop. Hollywood is listening. Enough with the graphic sex scenes. We all have parents, relatives, children. Would you want to watch that with your daughter?
I think the word you're looking for is gratuitous.
Oh,
it's where it doesn't add anything to the story.
Oh, I think that's what I just did, actually.
Yeah, you mean your description was gratuitous? Yeah, I think so.
That's what I mean. I think I get it now. I see how easy it is to make that mistake. But it's a mistake, and it goes on the hate napkin.
Well, there goes the anal rape scene I had planned at the very end of today's episode. But okay, fine. Your point is well taken. Okay, well, here's the deal.
One other thing. one last thought on this particular movie was that it
Right.
was told from the three different characters' points of view.
Mhm.
So they basically so you had to experience the anal rape scene more than once. It was ridiculous.
Like
I was like,
William
I
Faulkner
cannot.
on anal rape.
I'm like, I can't believe I just went through that with my father. That was
I'm trying to think
horribly,
of the Ben
horribly.
Affleck movie expressly about anal rape. I
So
missed that one.
I try to walk away, and like I'm like, I knew it was coming again. I was like, this can't be really happening. And I could hear the same scenes with the same noises as I'm like making a bowl of ice cream in the next room. I'm like, oh my God, my poor father. He is a
You know what's
deacon
funny though?
in the Catholic Church, and he has to watch this anal rape scene.
Oh, he's a
multiple
deacon in the
times.
Catholic Church. Well, then he might have thought it was a documentary.
But really, the whole anal rape thing, wasn't that kind of covered in Deliverance?
Squeal like a pig. Okay, here's something. Here's like an
You're right.
thing. Okay, what's kind of funny though is that we've all been in those situations where you put on a movie with some adult in the room that you know is very uncomfortable and makes you uncomfortable. Is that nobody ever turns it off? Like, you know, there is the option of like stopping the movie and saying, let's watch the ball game instead. You know, but nobody ever, for some reason, when you're in one of those moments where there's something, when you're in a gratuitous moment, you feel paralyzed, like you can't, like I can't get to the remote. There's an anal rape scene.
Nope, untrue. Untrue. I was watching, I rented American Beauty, and my stepmother was in the room, and it starts out with a pretty graphic sex scene, and I did shut it off.
Oh,
I
Kevin
have no
Spacey was
fear.
in it. So how old
Yeah,
was the kid?
she was like 16.
No, I mean the boy Kevin Spacey was fucking.
No, it was a girl. Remember, this is a fantasy,
Not a court,
not an actual
not
case.
courtroom evidence.
Right.
But we digress. I actually, you know, what's funny though is, so it used to be, so like I'm thinking of a movie like Tango and Cash, which was made in the 1980s, a terrible Sylvester Stallone, Kurt Russell action film, right? But it was really designed for teenage kids, and I can think of a couple of moments where there were just like gratuitous boobs, right? Or just gratuitous. They turn a corner and two random people were
This
fucking.
sounds artistic, not like spank me, daddy. Like, yeah.
This is a man afraid of boob scenes.
Yeah, well, it used to be that they throw in some boob shots to get like an R-rated, to get appeal or something like that. But really, I mean, if you need a gratuitous sex scene, everybody can just go home, or they can just go to their local male, their local male locker room at the gym.
Well, and what was the NC-17 rating for if we're not like if anal sex scene is not making the and like that's a rated R now?
I guess it's reserved just for bestiality. I don't know. I don't know. If you want gratuitous sex, anybody can get it for free on their own. I guess I see your point in that. Then again,
And
like,
did you say bestiality? Like because it's the best for you?
I wasn't going to say anything, but thank you for pointing that out.
oh, it's because I know how to pronounce words.
I just feel like you think it's the best. I think it says a lot about you.
As in a bestiary, which is a book of beasts. Anyways, so but I don't know. I'm thinking of like a show like Game of Thrones. Like you know, like if you know the show is gratuitous, you know this. You know this. That's okay. You shouldn't be watching Game of Thrones with your 90-year-old father, anyways, unless he's into that. But I mean, I guess I'd like to know the title of this movie, because you know, if this show is called
He wants to watch it.
Anal Rape from Three Perspectives, you know, maybe you ought to have known not to put it in the first place. I mean, I'm talking about the disc. I don't know. All right, moving right along. Carla, you got something for the napkin?
I do. Pauly, I sent you a picture. Can you put it up? And I'll explain it for those listening.
Oh.
Anal rape scene photo.
Okay.
No, no.
Hang on. This is gonna be it's gonna
I think this
be
actually is-
seamless. This would be the only
Did you say
editing
seamless?
that I
Did you
do.
say seamless?
It'll be seamless, and I'm also multitasking. I'm searching Matt Damon, Ben Affleck period piece at the same time on my phone as downloading Carla's
This makes for great
picture.
radio. Or you could just put up the thing so Carla can talk.
I'm looking for it. I haven't seen it yet.
He's looking.
Earlier.
I
It's in
sent
the-
it to you earlier.
Yes,
Signal.
but the way the internet works is my program has to load, and then I have to download it. So
What
it's
are you
not
doing
tiny.
with your load? You said no more gratuitous. I don't know anything about your load.
I'm downloading the photo.
Sorry.
Period pieces and loads and seamless. This is just getting out of
And then I
hand.
can open it.
How are you ever going to watch the show with your 89-year-old father?
Give me a second.
I really don't think that there's any episode of this show where any octogenarian should watch this.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make this hard. Difficult.
Oh gosh, now she's making it hard.
Difficult.
All right, I've downloaded the photo. This is what I like to do during point. This is called pointing and calling. This is what Japanese World War II pilots would do. Now I'm opening the photo.
I think this is called a kamikaze episode.
Okay. It
Oh my
says,
Head over to
I
YouTube.
hate- okay, now I hate signs that should never ever have been required in this lifetime. It's in an elevator. It says, do not click buttons with genitalia. Cameras are watching. And it's at the bottom, it says the state of Alabama. So this was in a courthouse. Do not click buttons with genitalia. This needs to be said.
Actually, I gotta say, if you're able to push the button for the 6th floor with your clitoris, that's impressive.
I don't believe they were referring to women.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
So
Again,
if Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were in this elevator, then this movie title would make sense. It was called The Last Duel. The Last Duel.
that could be what happened in the elevator.
Could be. But
Oh,
like,
goodness.
I went to a convenience store about 6 months ago. It said no shirt, no shoes, no service. And underneath that, it said pants are included in this.
Oh.
So apparently you can't get service unless you're wearing pants, because clearly they've had this experience.
I like the idea of the dude walking into the come and go gas station with just his shirts and shoes on. I like,
Apparently,
and you know,
can't.
it's probably number one. It's probably Leroy the Sovereign Citizen.
True.
I think we need to. Yeah. By the way, we do like to offer free PSAs as part of the fact, part of our job we feel is serving the broad community. So yes, folks, if you're out there in elevators anywhere across, from sea to shining sea, please don't push the buttons with your genitalia.
From Burnt Korn to Mobile, keep it in your pants.
Right. I also, perhaps you've seen the signs now that are pretty common in university dorm rooms or dormitories that say, please no more masturbating in the showers. It clogs up the sewers, or it clogs up the drains.
Are you serious?
I don't think there's a university dorm that doesn't have that sign up anywhere now. It's common. It's a common sign.
Seaman clogs drains?
I don't know this for a fact.
Yes, you do. Tell me.
How many semen can you get in a drain? I don't know. We don't have it. We need a U.S. naval expert.
Seaman Drain was my nickname in the college showers.
Oh, that's I don't know what to say anymore. We've reached a point in time where you have to tell people in courthouses. Of course, this is a courthouse in Alabama. I'm sure it's not that way in rural Ohio.
Well, the irony was that sign was just for the judges. It was like they're the only ones that can read in Alabama. So they're like they keep opening their robes,
And
and
you
this
know
has
what?
to
I'd like
stop.
to register a complaint with some sort of diversity committee that I didn't see that sign was in Braille as well. You know,
Yes, yes, please find a reason to be offended
I really
about
think
something other than people using their genitals to push the elevator.
somewhere out there's a blind guy using his hard on to push the button for the 5th floor, and he doesn't know that this isn't allowed.
Well,
Those are called special accommodations.
that's actually how every Braille message starts: is do not use your genitalia to read the Braille.
To read them?
Yeah, yeah.
Somewhere out there, I wonder if there's somebody out there that can actually read Braille with their penis. This is interesting. We'll have to look into this.
We'll send you a free mug if you can prove that you can read Braille with your penis.
And you know what, Carla? What will that mug say?
What? What does this mug say?
Yeah. What will that mug say in Braille?
Oh,
sorry.
I don't know, but it'd probably have just two big buttons in the middle of it.
Now those are some buttons I would press with my genitalia.
Do you have your glory hole mug standing by?
No, it's up in the cupboard, safely squirreled away.
It's safe from any gratuitous blind man who happens to be walking by.
It's safe from the cat I can't keep off the counter.
It's safe from Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
This is true.
It's not safe from my titty fucking ways.
And so, folks, as we conclude.
Oh, I have one for the hate napkin.
Oh, I do. Actually, I do. I skipped me. Oh, is yours better than mine?
Mine's so good. This is the only good one I've had in 70 episodes. I feel like
I'm too gratuitous anyway.
You both will have a lot to say about this. Wind chimes. Wind chimes. What wind chimes are keeping people up all over the world. They're waking people up. Wind chimes made from old beer cans. Or are we really going ghetto with our wind chimes? You're taking something that's supposed to be a classy thing, and you're putting beer cans up now as wind chimes.
Jerry Seinfeld moment.
Awful already.
Today's Seinfeld moment is brought to you by Pauly from Bali. Wind chimes.
Let me clarify something. Wind chimes made of beer cans are redneck. Wind chimes made out of Mad Dog 2020 bottles,
classy,
could reasonably be called ghetto.
Yeah. I don't think you can put wind chimes at that point. They're just clanking cans.
No, they are.
I actually like wind chimes.
Why do you like them, and what are their purpose?
They just kind of chime in the wind.
Who started this? Who are these people?
What I think is that wind chimes should be temporary. You shouldn't have them all day. But if you're feeling a bit in a chimey mood, here's what I think. I think you should keep your wind chimes tied together. And then if you're just feeling a little chimey, you just unleash them and you get a few minutes of chime out of them. And then they got to get tied back.
Do you have wind chimes? You don't have wind chimes. Don't say
I don't have wind chimes. But I've lived
no one likes wind chimes.
I said there's a time and a place. Just like any anal rape scene in a film. There's a time and a place.
I've heard you say this stuff about having black friends, and I'm like, you don't actually have any black friends.
What are you talking about? I have plenty of black friends from the waist down. You totally made you were.
Now
You were,
those are two chimes I wouldn't mind hearing bouncing together.
oh my God. Okay, yes. So, folks, less fewer anal rape scenes, fewer wind chimes, fewer racist jokes, but everything in black and white, just like Carla. She does have, by the way, if you're on YouTube, she does have the Chat Noir poster in the background, so that's kind of fitting. Well, folks, what can we say?
Carla, do you have anything for the hate
If
napkin?
there was an FCC to, you're not the co-host. You just pipe down, Mr. Windchime. You just stop chiming.
It's all right. I'm just the token female here. My opinion doesn't count.
I was gonna
That's
mansplain
because
that.
the Supreme Court is hitting the elevator buttons with their cocks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, whatever you do not press elevator buttons with your genitalia. And you know what, for that matter, don't press them with anybody else's genitalia either.
Oh, Carla, do you have something for the hate napkin?
Not
Trying to
anymore.
Trying to close the show up. Go ahead. We'll just do a 35-minute episode. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Pauly, I hate you gratuitously. You're like an anal rape scene that I just can't turn off in front of my 89-year-old.
Well, try to think of the anal rape scenes from different points of view, and then you'll be a better host.
Please do not touch the anus with your genitalia. All right, folks, we've reached deep down into the anal, the Matt Damon and Ben Affleck anals of hate.
Oh, can we add those two to the hate napkin last second?
And scene.